Hi crafters, this is Crafty Savvy and I'm back today to share a little project that I have been working on. It's really quick and simple to do, and we'll also get to a tutorial on this. But first I want to ask you guys something. Do you have a bucket that looks like this? I'm sure you do. This is pretty much little bits and bobs that you have left over from when you're making a journal, or pages that you've cut up, or coffee stained papers and you got the ends left over. And if you're anything like me, after all that work that you put into it, you really don't want to throw anything away. So I got to thinking about these little pieces and decided that I wanted to try to do something with them, to use them in our journals and not just throw them away or keep collecting them to the point where you have nowhere to put them anymore. So like, just say for instance, these bits, you know, we all have them. You cut them off of you coffee stain them, you went through all that trouble, and then you're just left with these pieces that are, you know, you can make tags out of them or do different things, but so I thought I would try to utilize them a little bit more, and this is what I came up with. So we'll just put those aside. And so I came up with these little, and I know I used to make, these are matchbooks, and I used to make matchbook projects a lot more before, when I was scrapbooking and making other kinds of books, and they're fun to do and I really like them, and I wanted to use them in our junk journals and our vintage looking journals, and like I said, use up those pieces of paper. So this is a few samples. They're already decorated, and then we'll go through making one together, and it's really quick and fast. You won't even believe it. So this is how they look. And this one here has, I stitched all the way around. You don't have to do that. You don't have to stitch anything. I have some samples here that are not stitched. So I just did a little decorating on the front, and it just works the same way as a matchbook. I have staples down here. There's a little flap, and you pop this open. And inside are those bits of papers that we don't want to throw away, but really don't have too much use for. Which way am I going here? So I just put 4 or 5 pieces together and use them in here for journaling. And then they fit quite nicely into journals and pockets and things that we've made. So I thought this was a good way to use up those bits. And then you just tuck it all back into there. And it closes up into a nice little package. And I thought they were so cute and simple to do, and they're flat. And you can put as much paper as you want in there. So that's a little bit of a turquoise color there. And then this one has some lace on the front. It's a paper clip and a button, vintage button. And I did some stitching. No, I didn't stitch around this one. This is the one with no stitching. And so same thing, there's papers inside. So that we can journal or write or doodle, and it just tucks in like that. And so there's a couple of different ways that you can insert those pages in. So the ones that I'm showing you here, I actually stitched in. Okay, let me show you. Probably can see on this one better. This is so before I get to that, the other thing is that you can use whatever paper. Like for the outside, these are like scrapbooking paper. These are actual book vintage book pages. I glued 2 together for a little stability, and did some sewing, and that's how they came out. So you could use your book page, your coffee stain papers, your scrapbooking paper, whatever you have. So this one, same thing, I got some lace on it. When you open it up, your pages are inside. So there's a number of different ways that you can attach your pages in. So these ones happen to be sewn in. I just took it right to the machine and zip right across. And that's it. And they're in there, and they're strong and sturdy. You could also glue, put a little bit of glue, and then glue each one in there so that they're glued in. You have to do that very carefully. Or you could do what I did here and attach a piece of string through the middle so that they're almost free to go in and out. You can add pages or take away pages this way. So this is also a good way. There's a string that goes straight across, and I just turned it into a bow over here. So you don't have to do any sewing if you don't want. So that's just another example there. And this one is just some music page that I copied. Yep, there's a doily and some lace and a Tim Holtz ballerina on there. So those are my samples. So it's really quick and easy, you guys. So I'll just put these aside and I'll just show you really quickly what I did. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper, so a cardstock or something that has a little weight to it, because you don't want it to be too flimsy. And then this piece of paper is going to measure 2 3/4 across, so wide, by 7 1/4 long. So that's what you want in terms of your piece of paper. Okay, so 2 3/4 by 7 1/4 long. Okay, I want to tell you, you don't have to make them this size. You can make them whatever size you want to fit your journals. This is just, I thought, a cute size, fit in the pockets nicely. But you can feel free to make these smaller or bigger, longer or shorter, or whatever you want. Okay, I'm just trying to give a basic idea. You take your piece of paper, and again, you know, I'm a stickler for things kind of going, the words going the right way. So I turn my paper around so that the writing is going away from me, and then you'll start at the bottom. You'll want to fold up the bottom onto itself this way, and you want to go up about a 1/2 inch. So you just want to take the bottom and come up about a 1/2 inch, just like that. And then with your paper folded, you could use your ruler or your scoreboard or whatever you want to do. And you want to measure up from your folded crease here now. You want to go up 3 1/2. So at 3 1/2, you just want to make a line there, or like I said, at your scoreboard, and you want to fold it. Okay, so we folded at 1/2 inch there, and once you folded it, you want to measure up 3 1/2, and you want to crease it there. And so you'll fold it down this way. So now this is what you have. Super easy. Okay, so at this point, now that you got your folds in place, you want to probably either stain your edges. If you like, you don't have to do this. I just like that little bit of a vintage look. Just like that. Do the folded edges too. So really quick, and then if you want to take it to your machine now at this point, you could do it now before you put anything into it. So really I just went straight across the outside, just like that. And that's it, because you don't want to sew anything closed. So open the whole entire thing up and just stitch all across the outside, okay? If you want to sew. If you don't want to, you can just leave it like this, and that's it. So the next thing that you want to do is fold up your 1/2 inch again, and you want to get your stapler, and you want to I put 2 staples in there, just so that when you tuck this in with the pages, it's not going to go anywhere. But you could feel free to put 1 staple in. When you're stapling it, I wouldn't go too high either, just because you want to allow for this little flap to fit in. So I put 2 staples, 1 on each end, and I probably go about 1/8 up. So not too far, so I'll just put 1 in and show you. So just about there. Right there, so like maybe 1/8 inch up, not too far. I put 1 there, and I put 1 on the other side. just like that. You can see, so that we can tuck our little flap into there without a problem. You probably want to make sure that your backs of your staples are pushed down, because you don't want to cut yourself and you don't want anybody else to cut themselves. So just make sure that those are down. Okay, for this one, I'm not going to take it to the machine, but so you'll want to now prepare your papers. And these are about 2.5 by 6. Okay, so you could cut, look, I have ledger paper, I have like whatever you have left over. There's some white paper there. And you could just get those. I have 4 pieces there. You can have 5, however many you want. So I said that was 2.5 by 6. I just fold them in half like that. And put them in there. So, like I said, if you wanted to go to your sewing machine, I would do that now. I would just put it in there like that and zip right across there, and they'll be in there perfectly. So the other thing you might notice is, so I put my pages in there, but for me they're still a little bit long. They're kind of going over my little flappy part here. So if you notice that 6 is too long, go ahead and trim it. My paper cutter's over there, but for the time being, I'll just trim a bit off here with my scissors. Just see if that fits a little better now. I'm going to do just a little bit more. Okay, that should be good, just like that. Yep, that fits in there better now. Okay, so for this one here, we're going to, that's going to be upside down, but that's okay. Put that in there, and I'm going to use some string to close this one, just for the sake of camera purposes. And I'm going to secure my papers in there with some string, and I'm just going to make a little bow, and I'm all thumbs right now. Oh goodness. Okay. Okay, so you can just play with that to adjust it how you want. Give it a little pull there. Okay. And that's done. So now my pages are in there, just like that. Okay, and put that in there. And then we'll just quickly decorate the front. So I got some things ready here. I just have a vintage doily for this one, and my glue gun is on. Just put some glue on there. And we'll just slap that down. We need something to break up the beige, because I got some more like cream color there. So here's a little bit of white. This is just a little inner part of a doily that I cut up, and we'll just put it there. And then I have another little beige doily that I had, and I just put a vintage button on it and a little bit of a darker green, and I just tied some more string through it. I'll just put some more glue on there, and we'll set that right in there. And that's it, you guys. Just as easy as that. We have made and decorated a little matchbook insert for your journals. Isn't that adorable? And yeah, I'm happy that I can use up my scraps of stuff. And let me just show you. I'll just bring one of my journals in here. This is just a pocket here, and this is the one that we just made, and they tuck right in there. And it's so cute. It's so easy to make, and they look adorable. So I hope that you will give this project a try. It's you don't have to buy anything, you just use what you have. And that's it. So give it a shot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and we will talk to you all real soon. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.